Guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sonia, and today we're going to be learning how to draft and sew a straight pant. Please, if you know you're new to this channel, kindly subscribe and like, share. Please turn on your post notification bell so you'll be informed when next I drop the part 2 of this video. Thank you.
Toxic holding under me for dear life, a terrible, terrible high.
The full length of this trouser is 43 inches, but I added 1.5 inch, half inch for the upper seam and 1 inch for the down seam. So you see at the top of one side I've marked half inch across and I'm joining down a straight line. That is going to serve as seam for the band. Band measurement is going to be 1.5 inch. I do not want to make it wider than 1.5. So every other measurement I'm going to be taking is from below the half inch line. So I'm going to leave 1.5 above there, then come down by 9 inch, and that's going to serve as my hip measurement. I'm going to take up my straight ruler and I'm going to draw a straight line. After drawing my hip line, I'm going to go ahead and label it. Then I'll come down and mark my crotch line. My crotch line is 11.5. So below that line, I'm going to mark 11.5. Take up my straight ruler and then connect it on a straight line, just the way I'm doing it right now. After doing that, I'm coming down 3 inches from my crotch measurement. That's where I'm going to put my thigh measurement. So I'm going to also connect it on a straight line. So we are drawing all the horizontal lines first before we go and mark the other lines. So after doing that, the next thing I'm going to be marking is my waist to knee measurement. My waist to knee measurement is 25 inches. So I'm going to come down from that line, that 1.5, remember 1.5 up, do not forget. So make sure you're taking your 1.5 out of it, then mark. So I marked 25 inches as my new measurement, and then I'm going to go down. My waist to floor is 43, like I said, so I'm going to go and mark 43 inches, and I'm going to the other edge, mark 43 inches, and then connect all these points with a straight ruler, just the way I'm doing it. Before we proceed, I would like us to do some calculations. So we're going to write down our hip measurement. Hip measurement of this pant is 42 inches. We're going to be dividing it by 4, and then we are going to be getting 10.5 inches after dividing it by 4. Then I'm going to add 1 inch seam allowance. That's 11.5 inches. Please note that this paper, we're assuming that it's divided, is folded into 2 because we fold fabric into 2 and cut them together at once. So we're going to get our crotch extension. Our crotch extension is 46 divided by 16 inches, and it's going to give us 2.625. I'm going to approximate it to 2.6, and that's going to serve as our crotch extension. To determine the length of our crotch line, we're going to be adding our crotch extension to our hip measurement. So our hip measurement that's divided by 4 plus our crotch extension, that's 11.5 plus 2.6, is going to be giving us 14.2 inches. It will give us 14.1, pardon please. So after doing that, we're going to go ahead and start marking our vertical lines. So guys, on the hip line, we're going to mark what we got as our hip measurement, 11.5. Remember we added 1 inch allowance. We're going to mark 11.5 just there, and then we're going to go up also to the waist measurement and mark the 11.5 inches. Then we're going to also go to the crotch line and then mark the 11.5 as well. Then remember, we're going to now extend it down. We're going to draw it on a straight line, just join those 3 lines together. After doing that, we're going to confirm, because I did my calculation, the width of this paper is the 14.1 inch that we already got. So what is remaining on that line, that crotch extension, is the 2.6 that we got approximately, and that's what I'm marking now to confirm. On the following line, the thigh line, the knee line, and the floor line, we're going to be looking for the midpoint. Remember that the width of this paper is 14.1, so we're going to be looking for the midpoint of 14.1. I'm going to put my tape like that, and I'm going to fold it in order to get the midpoint. So after folding it, I'm going to go ahead and mark the midpoint on that place. Then I'm going to transfer it also to the new line and then the floor line, like I said. We're going to go ahead and calculate our waist measurements. My waist measurement is 34 inches. I'm going to divide it by 4 and it's going to be giving me 8.5 inches. Guys, so I took my tape now and I went to the waistline and I'm going to mark my 8.5 inch down there, and then I'm going to give 1 inch sewing allowance and then 1 inch dart allowance. So approximately I'm leaving 2 inches allowance on the waistline. I'm going to be blending in the waistline I just marked with the hip line with my curved ruler. Moving on, we're going to the thigh line. My thigh is 25 inches divided by 2 will give me 12.5. 12.5 plus 1 inch seam allowance is 13.5. To share the 13.5 equally on both sides, remember we found the midpoint, so we're going to divide 13.5 by 2. So that's what we're going to get. We're going to mark it at both sides. 13.5 divided by 2 is going to give me 6.75, so it's going to be approximately 6.8. So I'm going to go ahead and mark 6.75 on both sides of the point, just the way I'm doing it now. I also went ahead to divide my new measurement by 4, and then I added 1 inch allowance to it and divided it again by 2. I shared it on both sides of that point, and then I'm going to draw a straight line across like that with all the midpoints so that it will be more clear and more understandable. So now that's the midpoint of this measurement we're taking. So each measurement we're taking is from both sides to make sure that they are equal on both sides. So whatever thing I took on the new line, since this is a straight pant, I'm still going to go ahead and take on the floor. So I'm taking what I got on I'm taking my new measurement, also my round heel measurement divided by 2, adding 1 inch seam allowance, and then when I was done, I picked up my curved ruler. I connected the hip line to the thigh line and then to the knee line, just like so. And because the new measurement and the floor measurement is the same, I used a straight ruler to connect them, the two lines, the way I'm doing it. On the other side, I'm going to use my curved ruler to connect the point, the crotch extension point, to the new point, the point I marked there, just the way I'm doing it. I'll take my straight ruler as well and then connect it together. Minutes plus into this video, and I'm sure you're enjoying the tutorial. Please, if you have a question, feel free to ask in the comment section. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. God bless. At that point where those lines meet at an angle 90, I'm going to come out by 1 inch, and then I'm going to go up on that straight line there by 2 inches, like so. I'm going to go ahead and take my French curve, and then I'm going to connect the crotch extension to that 1 inch allowance I came out at angle 90, and that 2 inches that I went up with. I'm going to connect it like that. This place is very important when you're making your pants, because it determines how well your crotch is going to sit down, if there's going to be any bulging or any folds and all that. So we're officially done with the front part of this straight pant, and I went ahead to start cutting it. I was still not sure if I was going to put a pocket, but later on I decided to put a pocket on it. So we're going to be going next to cutting the back part of this straight pant. Thank you so much for coming this far. I do not take it for granted. For this back part, I'm using a paper that is 1.5 inch longer than the front and 2 inches wider than the back. The reason why the back block is more bigger and wider than the front is because of the bum is to accommodate the bum. You know, the bum is at the back. So now from that upper part, I'm going to be coming up by 1 inch. Please do not come up by more than 1 inch when you're drafting, because you might not get what you want. So I'm going to extend the line with my straight ruler over there. Sorry, it's not very visible. So after doing that, I am going to come in from that point by 2 inches. I'm coming in from that point by 2 inches, and then I'm going to the other end and I'm coming out by 2 inches. This is because of the bum to help the bum to sit down well and comfortable and have a fine look from the back. So I'm going to now slide it down from that 1 inch that I went above up there down to the actual waist length. So after doing that, I'm going to now come out by that hip line by 2 inches. I'm coming out by that hip line by 2 inches and also the crouch line by 2 inches. Clarity, I'm going to extend all the lines. The tie line, I'll be coming out by 1 inch on the new line and also on the full length. I'm going to come out by 1 inch. And I'm going to pick up my curve ruler and join it like so. Join out this point. From that 2 inches, I came up on the waistline down to the 2 inches. I came out from the hip and the crouch line. I'm also going to take out my straight ruler and also connect. So I'm going to take my tape and extend my crouch by 2 inches at that point. Then I'm going to pick up my ruler and draw a line to extend the actual crouch line that we've drawn before. Then I'm coming down from that line by ½ inch, from that crouch line by ½ inch. I'm going to draw a straight line to show my new crouch line. I came down by ½ inch, remember. Line I marked there, I'm going to take it to that 2 inches. That's the place we're supposed to come up by 1 inch. Sorry, not the other old line. So I'm going to join that 2 inches. Remember, we replaced that 2 inches. So I'm going to make sure that that ½ inch that I have marked will touch that place that we went in by 2 inches and we went up by 1 inch. So the back crouch is going to be deeper than the front crouch, and this is to accommodate the bum and give the bum a very nice fitting. So you can use your armhole curve like I am doing, or you can use your free hand. I tried using my free hand the first time. I think it was a total disaster, so I decided I had to start again. So this time around I was not going to take any chances. So this is what the crouch looks like. I'm trying to fix the paper, the front paper very well so you can see it. The back is deeper. So from this point, I'm going to connect with the curve ruler to the new line, just like so. At this point, we're going to go ahead and use the straight ruler to connect the remaining down part, and then we'll pick up the scissors and then cut out the back bodies because we're done with it. So next is going to be the part 2 of the joining part. I'm going to be posting it. Thank you so much guys for coming this far. Please, if you do like this video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, like and share, and it's going to mean a lot to me. It's going to be a very huge favor and it's going to encourage me to keep posting. So God bless you and see you in the next video.